of the big takeaways for me was that while the way people search and discover information may change, and it's never going to stop evolving, there's always going to be a huge local intent or local component to it. Like when I'm searching for information, I'm looking for something in my backyard. So as brand marketers, we need to ensure that the entire customer journey is hyper-local and hyper-relevant to meet those local needs, however someone's looking for information. Being able to automate that localization is a great way to do that. Let's look at a quick example of what building a great local experience looks like that's inclusive of search, but also takes into consideration some other channels as well. And so this example is a localized digital marketing campaign that we've been running for a retailer who we've been working with for years. They have over 5 different brands that they're promoting across 32 locations and a catalog of hundreds of products that they're trying to sell. So when we launched the campaign, we were really focused on high intent, high demand core digital channels that included search, display, and website retargeting. And we knew that we needed to personalize these hundreds of variables to make sure that individual digital experience was hyper-local and hyper-relevant. And so our platform automated the localization of all of those variables at scale. It hyper-localized the creative, account setup, the keyword strategy and list, the negative keyword list like we had talked about, the media budget, which ensured that each local consumer was getting the most relevant experience to move the needle for them. And then it also ensured that the local domain authority and structure was in place for Google and other search engines to rank their results higher, since algorithms have evolved to prioritize for this local intent. And so within a few months, we started seeing really strong return on ad spend. So we expanded and layered in some additional channels that included YouTube and social, with again, that same hyper-localized approach. Even the YouTube campaigns used a corporate video with a localized overlay that showed the closest location's address, phone number, and URL. And so it had a brand compliant video ad, but with that local call to action. And then most recently, we folded in Performance Max to extend our local reach into even more placements. So as you can see, the idea here is that everything is really built around ensuring that the exact right digital experience was served to that person's unique local search and specific intent, which requires hyper-localizing every piece of the campaign that's only manageable with automation. And really, if you can win a click or convert a customer 10 more or even 100 times more at that local level, that's where you're going to see performance improve and be able to get more for the same amount of your ad spend. And so here's just a quick snapshot of what I mean by that level of hyper-localization. For this same retailer, we dynamically were able to create 117 localized campaigns across those 32 locations with 344 different ad groups, over 4,000 headlines and descriptions, with over 815 different localized ad creatives across different channels. And then we were able to make 500 monthly ad changes and thousands of campaign optimizations on top of all of that, which is really what's needed to win at that local level. And for this retailer, they've seen some incredible results. We helped them beat their cost per store visit goal. They're seeing an amazing 32-to-1 return on ad spend, and they've increased their online sales as well. And just as cool as the results that we drove is the location level insights that the corporate marketing team could see on their end. So what you're looking at is our customer portal, and this is just one of the views that we have that plots each of the retail locations' ROAS on a quad chart. And so the x-axis is return on ad spend, with Y being the ad spend, And that allows both of our teams to easily spot the high and low performers. And so their corporate marketing team loves it because they have more data to make more informed decisions or coach their locations on strategy. As you can see, there's a high correlation of higher ad spend and better ROAS. And you can also see where it eventually peters out so that you can see that point of diminishing returns to identify when the additional investment is no longer worth it. And then you can also roll over each location and check out the media mix of the high performers to see what's working for them. So what's also awesome about this is anyone can take advantage of this view. It's based on average lead to close percentages and average sale value that you input as an assumption. And so you control it based off of that model. There's no need for a CRM or POS integration. You can basically just model it out with the information that you have right here, which is pretty cool.